Okay, now let's speak mental performance. How can you improve past the point where you're stuck? Now, I've coached so many people. I've coached athletes, I've coached executives, I've coached a lot of people. And a lot of time, people get stuck. You get stuck at a certain point, you do whatever you can, you try and learn all the tricks, read all the books, do all the exercises, but you still get so far ahead. You can only go so far. That's what I meant. So what can you do? So let's look at it, right? Let's say this is where you're currently stuck, right? You're stuck in this box. You're trying everything in here. It's not working. Now, as you know, what got you here, right, is not necessarily going to get you to your goal. Let's say that's your goal, right? What got you there? Let's say you started from here and you achieved that. Well, doing the same thing may not necessarily get you there. Right? In order to get there, you need to do something totally different, right? You might have to find a door here, or you might have to break open something, right? You're gonna have to do something so that you can reach this thing. And you know, there may not be any direct way. So what can you do, right? What I look for is what I call trial and error. And this is what I do with a lot of my clients, right? And this is where memory training is really, really helpful. And the reason for that is with memory training, you get to do a lot of exercises, right? A lot of exercise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, keep going. And within those exercises, you might have a variety of ways of doing those exercises. Right, so for example, I'll take something very basic like number training, right? Memorizing numbers. Now people go, well, why are you going to memorize numbers, right? I don't need to know memorizing numbers. Now remember, this is training for your brain. It's not necessarily remembering numbers, right? Now, how can you train for numbers, right? A lot of people that know how memorizing numbers works knows that you can train in so many different ways, right? Let's say you're combining two digits together, right? Let's say 1771, right? I'll see if you can grab this. So 17 there and 71. Now, what can we do? We can use a major system, obviously, to create an image. So that could be a dog, that could be a cat, right? And then we go, oh, the dog ran after the cat, right? And we could train numbers that way, right? And you could do it like that. Then what you do is you keep training that way. Then you realize, hang on, there's time involved as well. Now, what does that mean? Time involved means that once you introduce something that's got to do with duration, your brain starts to stress and go, oh, I haven't got much time, I have to make a connection. And then what happens is when you're memorizing, it starts to get weaker because you're stressing out now to make a better connection. Right? So in order to improve that thing, you could set duration-based exercises, right? Again, that's just one of these things, but you can have so many, like hundreds of duration-based exercises, right? You can have concentration-based exercises. You can have quality-based exercises, right? Making sure you get 100% every single time, right? So what's the benefit of having these exercises? Well, the benefit is, getting back to our earlier point, is once you've found something that works, and look, you might have a lot of goes to get there, right? And this is where, you know, you want to be a real champion of your brain, you're going to have to work hard, right? It's not easy. You might have a lot of goes, but then find something here that goes, you know what? Bang, I can go there directly. All this stuff that I was doing, it wasn't enough. I had to learn a few things. I had to get coaching, or I had to read further books, all that sort of stuff. And then you land on the one that you want, and it takes you directly, right? So training your memory is not just learning a few skills and doing the exercises, it's thinking laterally. It's thinking about so many other factors. It's thinking about encoding, it's thinking about memorization, concentration, focus. So many areas are involved, even the time of day and the environment, even how you're feeling, right? So all these things that I mentioned, they get into this pattern, right? They develop these exercises and mold the creativity required to get to that goal. So hopefully that's made it a bit clear. If it hasn't, please comment down below. I'll try and answer as many questions as I can. But yeah, memory training, very, very powerful indeed. Hopefully you've got that. That's it for today, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.